Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel, and today we have another brand new tank. It is another Titan tank, and to be fair, I had no idea this was even coming until we see it in the game. Now, of course, you can actually get it for gold. You have to. Well, let's have a look. I can't even remember how you get it for gold, really. So you have a load of different containers, and yeah, it is in with those containers pretty much. And let's just have a look at what containers they are in. So Wargaming have released these new sort of massive containers. To be fair, you could get some for gold. I think there was 14 or so that you can get for gold. And to be fair, these containers are actually pretty decent because you're pretty much guaranteed a tier 8 collectible or premium vehicle in the list. So you're guaranteed a tank. So of course, there is only tier 8 tanks, and one of those tier 8s is the Titan Strife, which is what we are looking at today. I think it's pronounced Strife. So of course we do have a few Titans in the game, and they're not the best of tanks, but they're not the worst. They're okay at best. And just let's have a look at the new Titan in the game. So the turret is actually pretty strong at 245 millimeters. Now, there are some weak points on the tank, which is, it's understandable. There's always going to be weak points. But other than the turret, really, I don't think it's too good when it comes to armor. Your DPM is 2,188. And that is a 9.33 second reload. Your penetration is 235 on your AP, 328 on your heat, and 70 on your HE. You've got a 340 alpha gun, 290 on your heat, and 430 on your HE. You've got a 3.8 second aim time, which isn't great, and the same as the gun dispersion at 0.362, and you do only have 6 degrees of gun depression with a top speed of 32 kilometers per hour. So yeah, it's not the quickest. It's a heavy tank. It's not the quickest at all. I think it looks good. It really does look good, but there are a lot of weak points when it does come to this tank. Now, I just want to try and find a tank. I don't think it's actually on here, to be fair. I think it's this tank, this battle actually. Now, I'm not going to watch the whole battle because I don't do very well. I just want to sort of fast forward it because there is another Titan on the enemy team, and I just want you to really see what the armor profile is, especially when you're looking at it from another Titan anyway. So let's just go forward a little bit. Ignore the IS over there. I don't want you. I want the Titan. And then we can just kind of have a look at the armor profile. So as soon as we turn the corner, you can see in this kind of position, it's actually very, very strong. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to go for you. I really, really don't want to go for you when you're in that position. But even when he is in that position, you will see very shortly that there is weak points, and it can be very annoying because there are a lot of weak points. But, they're not the biggest. They're not the biggest weak points, so you can make it difficult for people to penetrate to penetrate them weak points. If you have to make it difficult. Of course, if you're just stood there not moving, then yes, it will be very easy to pen. I mean, that was, I think, a lucky shot from me because you can see it was all red. There's some grey bits, but mostly red, if I'm honest. But yeah, I think that's pretty much. I think we're going to see it here. So yeah, you can see in that position as he's backing up, yeah, it's not as red, but it can be difficult. It really can be difficult for people to penetrate if you make it hard for them. And again, you have to make it hard for them, because if you don't, then it's not going to be too difficult for them to be able to penetrate. But overall, I don't think, I'm not going to say it's not worth the money, because to be fair, the containers itself are not too bad, because you're always guaranteed a tank. So if you get the tank, you get the tank. You're not exactly buying the tank outright. You're buying containers, and to be fair, most containers are definitely not worth it. But when it comes to these containers, especially if you've got some gold laying around and you don't know what to do, and there's some tanks that you don't have when it comes to tier 8, then you know it may be worth it, it may not. You may get a tier 8 tank you really don't want, which is what we're going to look at in the next video from my free to play account, because I sacrificed some tanks because I knew I was guaranteed a tier 8 tank. So I was like, okay, if I sell some of my premium tanks that I'm not playing, then I may actually get a tier 8 tank I want on my free to play account. So I sold enough tanks to get enough gold to be able to get a container. So that is for a different video. I didn't win the Titan, you know, but the Titans, I believed, were kind of the new defenders. When Wargaming was starting to release them, I thought they were really sort of taking over from the defenders. But, you know, then Wargaming decided to release more defenders. So they're not taking over from defenders, but they're sort of working with defenders. So you've got the defenders, and then you've got the Titans. Now, personally, I probably prefer the defenders, because there are a couple of really good defenders. Well, there's a couple of a good defender, and then there's a couple of really bad ones, and there's a couple of average ones. And it's the same with the Titans, really. You know, the Titan Charioteer is decent. Titan 54 is okay. There's a few Titans. I mean, again, they're not the best of tanks, so don't think you're going to get the best of tanks, because the Titans really are not. They're just average tanks. You know, they're balanced, and people, I get, don't want balanced tanks. When new tanks come into the game, people of course want OP tanks, but the Titan, any of the Titans really is not really that. You can change the look of it with your consumables. Of course, it makes the turret a little bit stronger, it makes the hull a little bit stronger, more angled if you use that consumable. So, and it only lasts for, I think is it 30 seconds. So you make the most of that, because it does make your armor better. So if you've got tanks all around you, you know, just hit that consumable, because it will make your armor better. And then as soon as it finishes, it just turns again back to normal. So yeah, that is the Titan Strife. Again, nothing too fancy. I'm not going to say it's worth it. I'm not going to say it's not worth it, because again, to get the tank, the only way to get the tank is through them containers, which you're guaranteed a tier 8 tank every single time. So let me know if you got the new Titan and what you think of this tank in the comments below. But for now, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm meadsy69, and I will catch you all soon. Bye bye.